This episode is brought to you by pastasworld.com, where you can find jigsaw puzzles, coffee and tea mugs, canvas and poster prints, iPhone cases, and more. You can even order custom items with your own pictures. Go to pastasworld.com or the Pastas World shop on Etsy to learn more.
You're listening to I Love This TV Show, The Golden Girls.
Hi, and welcome to the I Love This TV Show podcast. I'm your host, Noelle from pastasworld.com. Each season of this podcast will contain a TV show in full. This means the length of the season depends on the length of the TV show. The first season is, of course, The Golden Girls. The Golden Girls, Season 1, Episode 21, The Flu. Sophia is measuring Dorothy's dress to make alterations. While they're working in the kitchen, Sophia yells at Dorothy to stop slouching. Blanche comes in and announces she's bought the dress she's been eyeing for months. Sophia has some fun things to say about her dress. Sophia: the only thing they'll remember is the way you fall out of it. Blanche: Sophia. Sophia: if you ask people the color, half of them would say flesh-toned. Blanche: Sophia. Dorothy apologizes to Blanche for Sophia. Sophia is cranky because she doesn't have a date to the banquet yet. Blanche says she doesn't either. Dorothy is truly shocked by this announcement. Blanche covers and says that she just hasn't been able to decide to go who she wants to go with because she's seeing a couple people. It is the social event of the season, so she wants to make the right choice. Dorothy: I guess she'll just have to break a few hundred hearts, Blanche. Blanche: I know. I haven't had to disappoint so many men since Daddy tore down the treehouse. Rose comes in the kitchen asking about aspirin. Dorothy starts going through a checklist of types. Blanche asks Rose if she's feeling well, and she says she's a little achy. Dorothy starts to freak out and asks her about all the different types of aches and pains. She admits that she's a hypochondriac. Rose sneezes. This sends Dorothy into a complete meltdown. Sophia tells Dorothy to calm down, and Blanche tells Rose not to worry. She takes care of herself. She won't catch anything. Blanche: oh, you don't have to worry about me, honey. I take care of my body. I treat it like a temple. Sophia: yeah, open to everyone, day or night. It's another day, but it's not a good day. All three ladies are sick on the couch. They have fever, chills, and guilt. Sophia enters the room quite angry. She got turned down by the gentleman she's asked to the ball. Banquet ball. The doorbell rings and Sophia answers it. It's Dr. Richmond looking for Dorothy. She checks all three ladies. Rose tells her about a recurring dream where she is chased by a Listerine bottle. Dorothy says she has the same dream, except it's a bottle of scope. The doctor tells them they have the flu and it's going to last at least a week and they will have no choice except to wait it out. No one is happy. Rose: I can't believe it. If modern science can come up with cinnamon dental floss, why can't they cure the flu? The girls all discuss how their parents took care of them when they were sick as kids. Sophia tells a story about a person in her town in Sicily who you went to when you were sick. She made this green salve for someone's ear, but he misunderstood her and put it on his pasta. Suddenly we have pesto sauce. Dorothy tells her she is making it up. Sophia doesn't care. Blanche comes out to find Dorothy laying on the couch. She wants to know where her heating pad is. Blanche: Dorothy, where's my heating pad? Dorothy: how should I know? Blanche: if this isn't it, I'd like to know what other electrical appliance you're using under there. Dorothy refuses to give the heat pad back to Blanche. Sophia pops out with the dress. She wants Dorothy to try it on so she can finish the alterations. Dorothy and Sophia get into a fight. Rose comes in with her folk medicine book. Sophia hopes it has a cure for cranky. Rose is extra cheerful. She starts to tell a St. Olaf story, but both Blanche and Dorothy tell her to shut up with her stories. Dorothy and Blanche at the same time. Shut up, Rose. Rose. Well, excuse me, I didn't realize it was Gang Up on Rose Day. Blanche. I have been cooped up listening to your stupid stories for 3 days now. You're just lucky it isn't String Rose Up from a Tree Day. Rose refuses to let them bring her down. Dorothy asks how she's so perky, and she tells them it's her hot toddy recipe. She lets Dorothy take a taste, and Dorothy thinks that it should have an octane rating. Rose agrees and giggles. Rose is quite drunk at this time. Blanche wants to put her soap opera on. Dorothy doesn't want her to. Dorothy starts a fight with Blanche over the TV. Blanche. You are undoubtedly the meanest sick person I've ever met, not to mention the most unattractive. Rose tries to get the two to stop fighting by suggesting other activities. Blanche barks at her, though. The three all get into a big fight and decide to stop talking to each other. Sophia comes in and tells them she got a date for the banquet, but they're all storming out. Later in the kitchen, Blanche storms in, angry about her Vicks Vapor Rub. Rose admits to doing it, taking it, They wind up ganging up on Rose again, she and Dorothy, that is. But then Rose starts to cry. Blanche starts apologizing like crazy. Then they all start apologizing to each other. Rose asks for a group hug. Sophia tells the three that she canceled their reservations for the banquet. Sophia says she thinks one of them won the big award, too. They all start discussing the things they've done that will qualify for them for the award. But Dorothy is upset that they don't think she has done anything to win the award. She begins to list all the things that she's done. The three decide to go to the banquet as they are, flu and all. Rose points out that Dorothy has done some good work, but not enough people like her for her to win. At the banquet, Rose's date says how adorable her sneeze is. Dorothy, meanwhile, sneezes on her date's salad. Blanche arrives by herself. The ladies start to get competitive about the award. Sophia arrives with her date, Raoul, a much, much younger man. Blanche says she sees her date and she heads off to get him. Blanche introduces Tommy Cochran. She builds him up as an author, but then one of the waiter supervisors come over and blow it for her by yelling at Tommy to get back to work serving the guests. So he has to head off away from the table. It comes out that Blanche actually paid him $25 to pretend to be her date. She then goes on a rant about how she still looks better than Blanche and Rose. Blanche comments that Dorothy's date is just not so great. Blanche. Where did you find him? He's disgusting. Dorothy. Well, at least I have a man. Blanche. Have one. Sounds like you swallowed one. The speaker now calls for everyone's attention. It is time for the big award. First, she says that Don Johnson couldn't make it, but that the producers of Miami Vice sent over the clothes he was going to wear. And then some lady walks them out onto the stage so everyone can ooh and ah. Rose wishes everyone good luck. The winner is announced, and it is Sophia Petrillo. Raoul, her date, gives her a kiss, and she goes back for a second before taking the podium and accepting her award. She gives a great speech. She also manages to throw a guilt trip on Dorothy, Blanche, and Rose. They all make up. But the friendship she has with them inspires her. The three all apologize, and as they all go to make a toast, they all sneeze in unison. And we'll be right back after this break. Favorite quotes. Dorothy. Blanche Devereaux can't find a date? Blanche. Oh, don't be ridiculous. Blanche. I haven't had to disappoint so many men since Daddy tore down the treehouse. Blanche. I treat my body like a temple. Sophia. Yeah, open to everyone, day or night. Blanche. I feel hot. Dorothy, I feel cold. Rose, I feel guilty. This is all my fault. Blanche, isn't it amazing how I can feel so bad and still look so good? Rose, you have done some good work, Dorothy, but not enough people like you. Sorry. This was certainly quite the episode with lots of discord between the ladies. Getting sick really does make people cranky. I should know, I get cranky when I'm sick too. But it is interesting that they all wound up getting the flu at the same time, except Sophia. I'm gonna look at that as she's the only one who actually listens to the doctor and the commercials and all the evidence and actually gets a flu shot every year so that she doesn't come down with the flu. And the ladies all miss theirs. But it was, let's see, there's some, there were fever, there were chills. I love the fact that Rose on the couch, I feel guilty. That is just a great scene altogether. I love the scene where Blanche comes out and she's talking about her heating pad and like if that's not my heating pad under there, I want to know what electrical appliance you're running. No matter how many times I see that, that is still absolutely hilarious. Oh, Dorothy being a hypochondriac, and I do apologize for that yawn. I'm a bit tired today. Yeah, she most definitely is. It's like there's germaphobes and there's hypochondriacs. She's definitely the hypochondriac. But it would be interesting to see if there was hand sanitizer back then, if Dorothy would be using it all the time. I personally always have a bottle on me because I'm just not a fan of germs. But yeah, I love her line where she's like, I just see someone sneeze and I get a cold. I think that's the line, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I mean, with her, it's most definitely the power of suggestion. It's like maybe if she took a multivitamin and exercised more, she wouldn't have to worry so much. But then she'd probably go a little cuckoo and she'd be exercising so much that she hurts herself. Wouldn't want that either. Because she's definitely got that obsessive, addictive personality with the gambling problem, which we learn about later in the show, and how she's acted in regards in a couple other episodes already. Like, whoa, all right. But I really do think it's cool that they all volunteer for this group. I think it's a church group. I'm not sure if it's a church group or if it's a hospital group or what kind of group it really is. I'm not sure if that's ever been explained. It might have been mentioned in connection with the hospital once or twice, but most of the time it's just really not clear, and it would be interesting. But I did feel bad for Dorothy when Rose is like, yeah, you've done good work, but not enough people like you. It's like, ooh, ouch, boom. That's just painful to hear. It's like we all want to be liked and we all want to fit in. So having somebody point blank say that is pretty crazy. Or upsetting even too. Oh man, dude, yeah, the competitiveness of these ladies in this episode is highly entertaining. I'm gonna win. No, I'm gonna win. No, I'm gonna win. And then Sophia winds up actually winning, which I think is even better. Far better poetic justice there. Because, I mean, she's the cute little old lady, so people are going to donate more to her and stop to check on her and all of that good stuff that gets them lots of donations. But, yo, this one's just so funny. Johnny Cochran, oh my God, or Tommy Cochran, rather. It's like, oh, she's going to buy a date instead of just going by herself. She's that embarrassed. Truth is, though, I believe she said that all her dates thought she looked absolutely horrific and they were not going to put their beards or anything else to damage to be around her. Because clearly, when you date Blanche, you're really only going for one aspect of the relationship. And if she's got the flu, you're probably not going to do that. But it was really, really cool to see Sophia win that award because she does do all kinds of good work all the time. And even the actress that played her did all kinds of amazing work and volunteer work that they tried to push to improve everything. But yeah, the competitiveness is just so funny with the dates. And I mean, this is not the only episode where we see the whole competitiveness kick in. Because there's the bowling episode, the competition, and there's a few other episodes later in the season too where even Dorothy gets in on the competitiveness, but it's kind of more of a brainiac type thing. So it works more to Dorothy than it does to the other two. Well, I hope you enjoyed the episode as much as I did. It's one of my favorites, and I can watch it over and over. Have a great week.
It's been great reliving this episode with you. Please check out the podcast website, anchor.fm/I love this TV show, no spaces. You'll be able to see the show notes and also support this podcast. To check out everything I'm up to and nerding about, head over to pastasworld.com. You'll also find additional content there. Thanks for listening, and stay golden.